That your ship that landed
So
not too long
actually,
ago?
before
Sure is
we
something.
leave here, I could swear there's like a house of enlightenment or whatever, right? Or something like that around here. I don't think I've ever actually been in it. Like, I know we did the quest for that place, but I don't think I've ever actually been there. I love how there's just this park here. There's nothing here. Sarah doesn't even have anything to say about it. Is this it over here? No. Oh, hello.
Promised impossibilities and
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
elixir of life is a chimera, but these philosophers, whose hands seem only made to dabble in dirt and their eyes to pore over the microscope or crucible, have indeed performed miracles. They penetrate into the recesses of nature and show how she works in her hiding places. They ascend into the heavens. They have discovered how the blood circulates and the nature of the air we breathe. They have acquired new and almost unlimited powers. They can command the thunders of heaven, mimic the earthquake, and even mark the invisible world with its own shadows.
Sounds like me now.
The professor's words. Rather, let me say, such the words of the fate, announced to destroy me. As he went on, I felt as if my soul were grappling with a palpable enemy. One by one, the various keys were touched, which formed the mechanism of my being. Chord after chord was sounded, and soon my mind was filled with one thought, one conception, one purpose. So much has been done, exclaimed the soul of Frankenstein. More, far more will I achieve. Treading in the steps already marked, I will pioneer a new way, explore unknown powers, and unfold to the world the deepest mysteries of creation. And that is where we'll pick up next time, delving deeper into Dr. Frankenstein's ambitions. Let us see each other again soon.
Interesting. What was this? A school lesson? Functionaries. It's just a bunch of randos sitting around listening to this. What's your deal, lady?
The UC plays with science. What differentiates us from Dr. Frankenstein? Intention? Restraint? A review board?
Interesting perspective on things. I'm not sure they'd, agree with you. I genuinely have no fucking clue where the church is. I really don't. We do have... Hold on. Before we go to Neon. We will be going to Neon, but before we go to Neon. Deliver the star parcel package. So let's do that real quick. And it appears to be taking us somewhere else. I feel like there's a bunch of stuff that I'm still, like, missing out on here in New Atlantis, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't quite seen everything this place has to offer. Like, whatever happened to Mr. Lee and whatnot? Look, and this girl's still over here. The janitor.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you? Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, she still needs another coffee. I'm done fetching coffees for this lady. You got a boyfriend. Go get him. To the spaceport. I should really check and see if that old lady died. That is something that I've been meaning to look at. I just have no fucking clue where to look. I know she hung out at the park a lot, though. The one that was in the commercial center.
I'd like to speak to you.
Oh, really? Interesting. Huh. There's more to Sarah Morgan. I thought that would have been it.
Oh, I've always liked that
Very
statue.
curious.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Oh, now we talk to Barrett as well. Very interesting. So we're progressing people's storylines just all over the place, it would seem. Well, I guess no better place to talk to Sarah than out here in the rain, yeah? I do love this little pathway here, how it just kind of covers just enough of the rain.
Now that we have a moment, I wanted to ask how you're feeling. After your experience at the temple, you've given everyone at the lodge quite a scare.
Whoa! What is this question? Oh, even talk with Andrea. A whole bunch of people want to talk to me now all of a sudden. This is such a dick thing to ask when we're, like, fucking each other now. Why are you suddenly so concerned about how I'm feeling?
Why am I concerned? Let's think for a moment. Ah, yes. It isn't exactly an everyday occurrence to stumble across a mysterious temple and absorb some type of strange alien energy from within.
Well, I don't really feel any different. No, I would say I feel confused. Like, I don't understand what's happened to me.
That's a very reasonable answer. According to what I've heard, your body absorbed an almost unquantifiable amount of energy of a type we can't even begin to understand. We're dealing with something unknown to modern science. Who knows how this encounter has affected your body or your mind?
Shut up. Is this energy dangerous?
Although I don't know the exact nature of the energy you absorbed, I'm fairly certain it means you no harm. I don't have any scientific data to back that up, so you'll just have to trust my intuition. Don't worry. You'll be fine.
Well, to be honest, I'm scared half to death.
I know, and I feel terrible that I can't provide you with the proper reassurance. That temple proves we're dealing with entities of unknown origin. The problem is that we can't even begin to guess what their intention was towards us and where they've gone.
You think it was built by aliens?
It's a possibility I've considered, but I'm not 100% convinced. The only thing we can be certain of is that the technology we've encountered points to beings that live outside the settled systems.
If these beings wanted to harm me, I'd already be dead. I don't think malevolent beings would have granted me this new ability. You don't know that. Now you're starting to worry me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid my curious mind is once again overriding my manners. It's just that... Oh, I'm afraid that we're flying almost completely blind here. All we know for certain at this point is that whoever created the artifacts are the same beings that built the temple. Anything else is just guesswork. I might as well put on a blindfold and toss darts at theories written on the wall.
Constellation's never heard of these temples before.
As far as Constellation's concerned, you're the first human we're aware of that's ever encountered one of these places. Now, whether you consider that lucky or not, that's another matter entirely.
Well, solving this mystery will be the greatest discovery in the history of humankind.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely. But we're only at the very beginning. There are still so many questions that need to be answered. Who was this wondrous structure built to accommodate? How long ago did these entities inhabit our universe? Are they still out there, somewhere?
Sounds like this is one of the reasons for Constellation's existence.
Yes, exactly. Now you understand why it's imperative that we solve this puzzle. It's funny. I used to think the artifacts were the end-all be-all of scientific discovery, the pinnacle mystery of our time. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine it would lead to something of this magnitude. I just hope that you'll come through this, whatever it is, unharmed.
See, look, like... Clearly I was not supposed to proc the romance with her yet, but it happened anyway. And here I thought I was the subject of your wildest dreams.
Well, yeah, yes, of course you are. I was speaking of the power you've acquired. This is all scientifically speaking, of course. Look, I've already taken up too much of your time.
Oh, it did seem to account.
All I can do is promise that I'm not going to make you deal with this mystery alone. Whatever might be happening, I'll be right here to help you every step of the way.
Neat. Okay, so she did actually... she did actually account for the fact that we are in a romance. Because it wasn't like she was taken aback by it. She was like, oh yeah, shit, I kind of forgot we're fucking type of thing. And she's like, I'm talking strictly business here, though.
How's it going? You be careful,
she doesn't have much else to
okay?
say. But yeah, I'm definitely getting the vibe of like, yeah, I rushed through the romance thing way too quickly. On accident, mind you.
I want to be the next David Barron. Even bigger.
How's SSNN been treating you?
The world of journalism can be brutal. Everyone at SSNN just views me as the intern, which I am, but I want to be taken seriously, you know? I think if I can somehow get my work into people's hands, and then the higher-ups at SSNN will finally start to see how awesome I am.
Well, good luck with that, kid. If you have any finished work, I can deliver some slates for you.
Really? You mean it? Wow, you're amazing! With your help, people will know my name all throughout the settled systems. Here, I wrote up some stuff on local establishments and stores. If you can get these into the readers' hands, I'm sure word will spread to SSNN about how great of a reporter I am.
Okay. Oh, I got delivered to people. Ah, fuck me. I thought it was just deliver it to SSNN.
I don't think you had to be there. Your story just doesn't make sense.
Yep, that's a good one. All right, well, let's talk to this guy real quick.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buying. Kiosk right here for you.
I got a parcel for you.
I've been expecting you. Star Parcel has your payment right here. Anything else you need?
Nope. 75. Nice, nice. Alright, so we've got Spreading the News. Catherine Alvarez, Royce Elgin. I don't even think I've fucking talked to either of these people. George St. George, I know we've talked to, because, man, what a name. Let's get a move on.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
It is very strange how she seems critical of the UC herself, yet at the same time, she doesn't like when you talk shit about the UC. It's very confusing. It's very, I don't want to say narcissistic, it's self-absorbed. It's kind of the same fucking thing, though, isn't it? Sarah Morgan is a confusing character. Very confusing character. Looks like we got someone right over here. Looks like they actually live in this tower. Nope, never mind. They just kind of sit around in this tower. Oh, this guy.
All of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. You won't find anything like them anywhere else.
Hey there. I've got some I've got some review. Oh, it is one thing. Okay. I've got some review you might be interested in. Written by one of SSNN's up-and-comers.
Oh, I suppose I can spare a minute to read over this. What is this? This is...
An accurate and educational review of your establishment?
What? Not in the slightest. We don't even sell half the foods he reviews in this article, not to mention his palate is obviously unrefined.
You're wrong. This is a great piece of journalism. No. If you have any feedback for the author, I'll pass it along.
Grow some taste buds and a brain.
Oof. I probably should have read these reviews before I turned them in. Let's do that real quick, because goddamn, I probably should have read those. Alright, let's take a look at these. Notes. Where is it? Tommy Billow. An establishment cloaked in mystery. Is it truly just another peaceful religion, or is it something far darker? The article goes on for another 15 pages. Ah, okay. How lazy. You couldn't have written that for me? Many believe the shimmering city to be a utopia, a testament to human ingenuity and a symbol of humanity's place in the galaxy, but is it really? Reads like a manifesto of sorts. Tommy urges that the ruling class should be overthrown and that the journalist, such as himself, will lead us into a new age of prosperity. Damn! You know, that sounds awfully familiar. So this guy's crazy. This guy's fucking nuts. Oh, hey, we're in the park. Hold on. Let's see if that lady's around. This is the right park, yeah? She was like sitting on a bench or something somewhere. Man, I can't for the life of me remember where, though. She also just kind of looks vaguely generic, so it really doesn't help.
My boss says that if I buy enough of our merchandise, she'll give me a promotion.
Man, where was she? She was like seated somewhere in this park. Oh, there.
You really had me going there for a second. All this talk about death and dying, and here you are, not looking a day over 60.
My friend, clearly those years on Mars have not been good for your eyesight.
I'm a miner. I can't see unless I'm peering through a cloud of dust.
You'll get used to the sun. Trust me, it won't bite.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss Martian booze.
What brings you to New Atlantis?
I came to see my friend, so I could say hello, and when the time comes, say goodbye. But that won't be for a long time. When I read her letter, I thought she was on death's door. But she's not even on the same street. She's got plenty of time left. Still, I'm glad I came.
Well, how do you like New Atlantis?
It's been over 20 years since I've been here. A lot's different, but a lot's the same. Like the chunks. In fact, I think they're still using the same chunks from when I left.
Delicious.
See ya.
Thank you for delivering that letter to Hattie.
I understand you may be dying.
It's fine, child. Just as a shadow cannot exist without light, death is merely proof that a person has lived. I lived a life in 3 parts. The first was full of discovery. The second, contemplation. And now comes the third act, where I will finally rest.
You gotta be close to 100. I would have liked more time to get to know you better.
Blessed child, your time is too valuable for someone like me. You only have so many minutes in your life. Guard them fiercely. Give them sparingly. But when you meet someone who truly matters, then do not be frugal.
You spoken to any medical professionals about your condition?
Yes, and the doctors tell me I don't have long. But even so, I feel it. Not in my bones, as people are wont to say. I feel it in my heart. A feeling of contentment. Completion. Like you're about to swipe the last page on a good book, turn off the lights, and go to bed. I am glad you brought my friend here to wish me good night.
Huh.
Peace be with you.
Oh, and her friend seems to have just wandered off. Looks like I think she went to the chunks. Yeah, she went to the chunks. I gotta get me some of them ancient chunks, the same ones they're still selling. Oh, man. Alright, commercial district. Would appear there is some in there. Maybe that's where George St. George is lurking. I do believe it is. Hello, George.
Can I help you with something, my friend? You look like someone who has many stories to tell. I'd like to hear them.
I've got some free news, written by one of SSNN's up-and-comers.
News. And free. I don't believe there's ever been a more exciting string of words ever uttered. Yes, of course. I'd gladly partake in it. This is, well...
Gets up and leaves. Fair and unbiased source of news, a breath of fresh air in the world of journalism. The best thing you've ever read? Let's go with the bottom one.
My friend, if this is a breath of fresh air, as you say, I think I would prefer my air to be very unfresh. The run-on sentences, the elementary sentence structure, it's a pain for me to read. I can feel my brain cells dying one by one.
Jesus.
If this was paper, then at least I could use it as kindling for my fireplace. But unfortunately, this is a data slate, so it's literally worthless.
I disagree, this is crazy. If you have any feedback, let me hear it.
Yes. Please, stop writing.
Oh, man. It's honestly, like, man, it's fucking crazy to me how... Just how this game seems to have... Oh, this one's gonna direct me to the church. Oh, finally. Maybe I'll actually know where it is.
Through this place?
Just talking about the bank again. But, like, it's amazing to me how, like, almost blind you'd have to be. Right? Where you say, oh, this is the church. Yeah. Where you say things like, oh, yeah.
Abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Oh, this is Varun's embassy, then. Like, you can't even go inside. Oh, it's literally barricaded. Oh, wow, okay. But, like, they have all this talk of, like, oh, yeah, writing this, blah, blah, blah,
He's
that.
giving me a lot to think about.
And it's like, yeah, think about that. Think about the writing that you put in your games, and you're gonna sit there and shit talk about a journo making bad writing, run-on sentences and all. Like, come on. I understand journalism is different from the actual writings of a script or of a game, but still, the same logic applies. You can't be talking shit when you yourself don't make the best stuff in the world. Like, this game already has had quite a few issues that I've pointed out. And some of which, grammar-wise, are also a very prevalent problem.
I had this graph jump once, and I don't know, I felt something. Thought I was crazy at first. Are you a member? Keeper Aquilus seems to know what he's talking about.
May I interest you in some news? Straight from an up-and-coming journalist.
Oh, how exciting! Yes, I'd love to take a look. This is... I don't quite know what to say. This is just...
Clear-headed examining. A delightfully educational piece of writing?
Not at all. This is all wrong. It's like the author didn't do an ounce of research. This reads just like a hit piece on the Sanctum Universum. It's offensive, poorly researched, and just blatantly incorrect. Not to mention, it's badly written. How did this person become a reporter?
I fundamentally disagree. Well, if you have any feedback, I'll pass it along.
Yeah, do some research, or don't bother writing anything at all.
Harsh.
Aquilus has seen so much. I'm really glad I can talk to him when I need to.
Oh, this is the church. This little thing here. Wow, I really missed this. I don't think we've actually been in here. We did their quest. Oh, there's literally, like, nothing in here to speak of, too.
That first
Just a couple of
jump.
randos.
It changes you, unlocks something within you. Have you felt it? Some folks never feel it. That connection to the universe you only get from grav jumping. Honestly, I wish I could show them what they're missing.
Wait, so grav jumping to them is like a religious experience?
I'm happy to help out in whatever way I can here. Anything Thomas needs, I'm here for him. One simple jump. The same as I'd made dozens of times before, and something touched me. Something warm and kind and good.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those come to Jesus moment things where they think they felt something because they were convinced that they did by someone else telling them that that's what they were feeling.
There's so many mysteries in the universe, so many unknowns that I try to help out others whenever I get the chance. Oh, I hope you have the chance to read more about our beliefs.
You're a priest.
Keeper by title. But yes, I suppose the title fits. I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to be here for those who need us, who find meaning in our message.
Tell me about the Sanctum.
Well, we're a newer organization, at least officially. Our facility here in New Atlantis has only been around a few decades. But we're gaining new members all the time. I think people have been grasping for something to express what they're experiencing, and I'm glad we can be here for them. The Sanctum will always be here for those who seek it.
Yep, doesn't really have anything else to add. Kind of figured. You know, for a game that kind of allows you to start
Have you ever heard one
in
of
the
his
church,
sermons? They're really good.
you'd think there'd be more involved with that. Because so far, the religious aspects of the game, like, they're talked about a lot. Hell, I mean, there's a theologian in the Constellation group, and then you have someone who's very clearly atheistic to a fucking obnoxious degree in Noel. And that's supposed to serve as some sort of, like, you know, conflict. But there's no real greater effect of it all, you know? Like, it's just kind of something that's there, but it's never really elaborated on further than what we see, right? It's very surface level. It's almost like window dressing, in a way. not really a whole lot going on there, which is a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. To the spaceport. I need to remember that when I'm not over encumbered, I can just fucking teleport to places. I keep forgetting that I can do that. I'm just so used to actually taking the transit in this area. Alright, I can't wait to ruin Tommy's hopes and dreams. If I really do get the option to shit all over this kid, I'm absolutely gonna take it.
The news never sleeps. SSNN is going to see I'm capable of doing far more than getting a Terra Brew order right.
And delivered all those slates you gave me.
Ooh, hell yes! Okay, I'm dying to know. What did everyone say? Let me guess. They were all amazed.
They loved it. They hated it. All of it.
What? I can't believe it. That can't be right. Well, I guess you can't please everyone. I can't let this bring me down. You got this, Tommy. You got this. Anyways, thanks for all you did for me today. I really appreciate it. See you around.
Wait, are you serious? That's it?
I want to be the next David Barron. Even bigger.
That's it. That's all he's got for us. Dude, that's crazy. That's insane.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep...
Can I get inside here?
Moving.
Hello.
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
Nice ride. Real quick, let's talk to this guy. I want to see if, what was his name? Captain Yumi? I want to see if he has anything for us.
If it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale.
Got any work? I've got some time to help.
Not right now, Captain. I'd check with your contact in the Vanguard and see if they have anything for you. I might have something for you later, it's just that their work takes precedence.
Ah, I see.
See you
Okay.
later.
Very formal. Yumi's pretty cool. Very chill dude.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend.
Alright, so, now I know what we need to do. Lodge, 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 to the lodge. Let's go to the lodge real quick and talk to people. Because I know Andrea has something to say. Andreja, god damn, whatever. We can talk to her. And we can talk to Barrett. I don't think Sam is interested enough to talk to us yet, though. Alright, let's take a look. Because those are all technically in activities. Yeah, Andreja and Barrett. Barrett's gonna be on the ship, but we can talk with Andreja in here.
Potter
Unfortunately,
spends a fortune to maintain the lodge, but I'd say it's worth every credit.
I'd hope so. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have enough room for everyone.
Well, okay,
You guys have...
fine. Let's see what he says. Hey, you have a second? Sam and I were just having a, discussion, and I wanted someone else's input.
I think it's more accurate to say that you and I have now both been cornered, but sure.
I'd like to, you know, get in shape, do some working out. So I asked Vladimir for some tips, and he basically said weightlifting was a bad idea.
Are you sure that's what he said, or is it just what you heard?
Anyway, so I wanted to get Sam's opinion on it, and he pretty much said the same thing.
Okay, since now you've been fully roped into this, let's all just take a step back. I had simply pointed out that if you take a look at Mateo, weightlifting isn't necessarily the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
I was wondering whether there might be a better option for him, and just sort of musing in general about the idea of sticking to things you're inclined to, versus going out and trying something completely new. Well, what's your take on it? You think it's better to stick to what you know, or to take any opportunity to try something that's maybe outside your comfort zone?
Are we still talking about weightlifting here, or something else?
Well, now I'm just talking more generally, philosophically, if you will.
I think you'll never get anywhere if you don't take risks.
Well, there you have it.
That's what I've been saying! Anyway, thanks. I think I'm gonna try it. And don't worry, I'll be sure and ask Vladimir for pointers.
Hey, we'll support you no matter what. Just don't want to see you get hurt is all.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. And maybe, if I need a spotter...
Yeah, we'll talk about that. You know, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad. Where to begin? That temple? The hell was that? I've been from one end of the settle systems to the other more times than I could count. But I've never, and I mean never, encountered something like that. Who built it? Why? So many questions.
You think this temple is some proof of alien life?
Maybe. For centuries we've been looking for something definitive that says we're not alone out here. I just can't see the UC, Freestar Collective, or House Varun building that thing. A temple. Or maybe it's just some crazy gazillionaire's party temple. The ultra-rich do some seriously crazy things. Somehow I doubt it.
I'm still stunned at what we discovered.
That's a good word for it. And what you can do? I am not a scientist, not in the least. But that ability, power, is just plain scientifically impossible.
Yeah, it almost feels magical.
Okay, just don't say that back at the lodge. Some of them will blow a gasket if you suggested that. Forget about me, how are you? I mean, whatever happened, it could have deep physiological effects. I hope not mental. And even if everything's perfect, still, I can't imagine what's going through your head.
Fucking hate these jokes. I feel good. Maybe too good. Nah, I'm gonna say I'm so rattled I don't even know what's going on with me right now.
Don't worry. We'll get through it. Together. The other Constellation members are gonna lose their minds once they hear about this. Assuming they even believe us.
What do you mean? See, that's weird, because he seems to be talking as though we had seen it. But it was me and Sarah.
If I can help you with anything, just say the word. Hope we can
We
talk
saw
later.
it. Not you.
I don't know about you, but a fella could do a lot worse in Constellation. Yeah, I was done too.
So I guess that was the talking to Sam?
What's up?
So I guess in some cases, you can proc the conversation before the game even tells you to talk with them, which is kind of interesting. But there's almost never a reason to actually go and talk to your people, like ever. This is your room, the one with all the weapons. Yeah, I should have figured.
Yes? We have not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at that place. Temple? I am not sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars, I have never heard of such a thing. What do you think that place was?
It sure didn't look like any culture I've ever seen or heard of.
Nor I. Nor, I suspect, anyone else who has ever lived. Is that presuming too much? Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but... how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights?
There's no way humans built that. I'm not putting my credits on magic pixies. Yeah, okay. There's no way humans were responsible for that.
It is hard to argue, but
The implications. I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you all right? Have you felt any side effects?
You think there'll be side effects?
How can any of us know what will happen? This is the definition of unprecedented, is it not?
Yeah, I suppose. I hadn't really thought about it. Well, that's not true. I don't want to say I feel great better than ever. Because, like, my character has thought about it, that's the thing. I hadn't really thought about it, but now you've got me worried.
That was not my intent. I only meant to suggest that I am concerned about your well-being. Please, do not worry. I am sure everything will be, you know, fine. The artifacts, that temple, this new ability you have acquired, clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized.
Well, this is exactly what Constellation is for, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
You are right. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here.
I can
You
ask
do
her
not need
more?
to ask me if you may ask. You may just ask. Back to it then.
Yeah. She doesn't have anything else to say. I guess that just leaves Barrett, so... I guess we actually have to leave the building if we're gonna fast travel. You got anything else to say?
Ask if you've got questions. You're doing great out
Nope.
there.
I'm assuming Noelle has nothing else for us either. I guess I really should be stopping by in here more often. 'Cause I feel like there's little sequences like what we saw between Sam and Mateo there probably have to happen more often than we think. It's just I almost never have a reason to go there, you know what I mean? Alright, back to the ship.
Where to next?
Getting up. So we gotta talk to Barrett. And I guess Willem Dafoe's on our ship now too, isn't he? Yes, he is. We've got a stacked crew right now.
Yes? So, you gotta fill me in on what happened at the temple. What happened? What did you see?
You've never found these things before? Barrett, oh great explorer.
I've seen a lot, but I'm just one person. There are more worlds out there than I could ever physically visit. Then what happened? I heard you did some stuff and then you changed.
I've got a power, I'm awesome now. I didn't change, but my perception of the universe did.
Uh-huh. Hold up a second. You encountered advanced technology that altered your biology in a way that results in... In what? Superpowers?
Basically, yeah. I've been calling it my power, but maybe it's a medical condition, I don't know. I'm gonna, yeah, basically, yeah.
Fair enough. Maybe we can run some tests later. Anyway, thanks for filling me in on the temple and your power. I wonder if we can find any more traces of whoever built them. It just opens up a world of questions. It's so exciting.
Lay it on me.
You have anything for me?
Yes, right. Here, check this out.
Oh, he gives me food. Cool.
Never mind. Sorry. Thinking of something else. Yes, Captain. Depends on the question, but I'll give it my best shot. Well, that's all I have too.
I wonder if Barrett can get powers too.
Once we get to Neon, I'll show you around my office there.
Well, now we're searching for temples too. Who would have thought?
It's exciting to see this little venture paying off, but we really do need to be careful. The artifacts were one thing, but this, well, we really need to keep this to ourselves. Can you imagine if word of this got out?
So you're saying I shouldn't have done that interview with SSNN? Yeah, no, it would be pandemonium.
If you thought it was a challenge to find artifacts, imagine doing it with everyone else in the settled systems vying for them as well. We need to figure out what this all means before someone else does. I guess we should be grateful we seem to be ahead of the pack, as it were. So far, no indications that anyone else has noticed what we're up to. Let's just hope that doesn't change with this newfound ability of yours. Until next time.
What's
All right.
on your mind?
So I think... I was gonna say, we've got a handful of things to do now, yeah? We got power from beyond. A large anomaly on a distant planet matches the signatures. Need to find it. And this says distant planet. Altair is not that far, though. Like, honestly, we could go there. All that money can buy, he'll be riding passenger. Got a bunch of these things, due in full. Landry Hollifield, who's all the way out here in Ixel. Yeah, we ain't going that far out. Delivering devils, so we can go to Mars. Deputized. Marshal Daniel Blake directed me to speak with Ranger Emma Wilcox. We still have all of this crap. Go to the Crick system. Hotel Volley. Top of the list. This still requires me to find a good planet for them. Dennis asked me to acquire some equipment from dangerous people through not-so-legitimate means. This is all the way out here, but that's also not too far. That is something we could potentially go and do now. Yeah, potentially. Mantis, which is all the way out here in Dinabola. That's also very potentially doable. And a light in the darkness. Oh, right, this is just the reporter lady. Because we've got a shit ton of quests to do there. All the constellation missions we have. Visit Vladimir's house. Go to Paradiso, that's in Volley, I believe. Or no, that's in Parima. Elios, that's also in Ixel. Red Mile, that is in Parima as well. So we got a couple of things in Parima, but we're slowly making progress over into that direction. We also have a skill point that we can spend, so let's see, what do we got? I can do Spacesuit Design 3, which I kind of want to put points into. Almost able to get Weapon Engineering 4. I did get Botany. I also got the Targeting Control Systems. I kind of need to get into piloting, but we're going to do Spacesuit Design for the next one. And honestly, we can just stop upgrading it from there, because that final pit there occasionally it doesn't cost resources. Who cares? Resources are there to be used up, so we're not even going to worry about that. The next thing I do want to put points into, most definitely, is probably going to be piloting. Because I want to be able to get Class B and Class C ships. Also, utilizing thrusters and better turning. Like, there's just nothing wrong with any of that. Security is also something we need to delve into at some point. What does engine systems do? Top speed gets increased. Boosts last longer. Ship's top speed is increased by 20%. Ah. Shields regenerate faster. Oh, wow. Yeah, shield systems is just a pretty nice one, too. Alright, I think, real quick, we're gonna switch up ships. Because we're gonna go do some side
Let's swing by
stuff.
Centaurian so I can pick up some